the Dirty Sports Podcast. I said, welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast with Andy Ruther and Joe Prano. Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast.
Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Andy Ruther, coming to you live from Cincinnati, Ohio, with my co-host from Port Hueneme, California, Joey No Chill Prano.
Hello, Andy.
Good morning.
Morning.
How you doing today?
I'm great.
Good.
Yeah. How you doing?
Good. We were just laughing before the show started. Our boy Justin Wood, aka Randy Ruther, is addicted to making Sora videos of himself playing sports.
Yeah. I think he must be he must be really mad at me about either the Jamar Chase comments or not believing in the Bengals or whatever, because he doesn't send me this stuff anymore. Before, I was like, hey bro, leave me off your Bengals group chat. Now I don't even get the good AI videos.
Yeah, he cut you off, bro.
That's okay. Listen, if I had to choose like getting all the stuff or none of the stuff, I'll go none of the stuff. But I don't know. All I was saying was keep me off your Bengals delusion. Rip to the Bengals season, by the way.
The 3% chance, Justin will probably tell you, 3% chance they can make the playoffs.
I can't believe the Cincinnati Bengal that game. It's crazy.
Shocking, right?
Shocker. It's a shock.
Fun game.
It's a fucking awesome game. It was literally an awesome game until the last three possessions where the Bengals were like, guys, they're like on the sideline, like, you ready to go out there? Ready? We got one. And then somebody was like, hey, I don't know if anybody said this yet. We're the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were like, fuck, you're right. And they're like, here, take that. Pick six. Throw it backwards. Offensive lineman, strip sack on our own quarterback. But like Josh Allen 50-yard touchdown run.
I'll tell you what, man. Burrow was making some insane throws. He was playing great in the first half. Insane for Al. I mean, just like some of these throws. But like my thing with Allen, why I've been Team Allen the last few years, it's just obviously Burrow gets injured too much. But just the leg ability, man, even on that 3rd and 15 to seal the game. It's just, he's so tough.
It's so funny that I was watching that game and they were talking about what to do there. And he's like, you run the ball or you throw the ball here. You take this 45 seconds off. And I was like, if I'm the coach, the only play here is a pass play. And if a guy's wide open, you throw it to him. Otherwise, just run. Run with Josh Allen. It's exactly what they did.
Yeah. It just sucks that their D is pretty trash. The Bills. Like, they are going to be, especially with how this season's played out. You know, I've been talking about it for a month. They are going to be a tough team. I just think, I'm just like, their D is just not good. That's a major issue. But, like, besides that, again, if they can, I mean, it's towards the end of the year already, but if like they can shore that shit up. I mean, right now, again, the season obviously doesn't end today. I know who both of us are going to take. They play the Steelers in the playoffs at Pittsburgh. I'm for sure taking the Bills.
Where are the Bills sit right now? 6?
5. They moved up to 5.
Wow.
But like I'm saying, just play that out. Let's play it out hypothetically, real quick. They'd get at the Steelers. They just kind of beat their ass last week there. I like that. And then they'd get at the Broncos.
Yeah, if all the other high seeds win.
Sure. But my point is, like, I like that.
Well, that's what I was about. You skipped right past the thing. I was like, well, you're like, their defense is trash. And I was like, okay. Do you like them against the Broncos, though?
I do.
Okay.
I still do.
I said this. I mean, you can go back a couple weeks now. I said I almost like the Bills playing this way more than I like the Bills expected to do something.
You did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's
Also, I'm going to take it. We have so much to talk about. I don't want to bounce all over the place, but
sure.
I said I'm going to wait one more loss, and then I'm going to bet the Chiefs. The Chiefs are now 18-1 to win just the AFC.
You think the Chiefs are making the playoffs?
No, but 18-1 to win. You're never going to get. Here's the thing. For the rest of the time Patrick Mahomes plays in the NFL, you won't get 18-1 for the Chiefs to win the AFC with there being more than 3% like the Bengals have right now. Win. Like technically, I'm sure they could lose another game, and then their odds would jump even higher, and then there'd be some crazy outside path. But right now, they're favored, as they showed you in the at the end of the game last night, in every game down the stretch. They're favored. Now, winning all those games doesn't necessarily get them in, but they're favored in all their games. They could. And then I'm just saying, I don't necessarily think that they're going to make the playoffs. I definitely don't think they would go on a run with the way they've been playing, but you're not going to get 18-1. If you like gambling.
Well, look, man, here's the thing with the Chiefs. It's not their defense. It's like the offense. Watching that game last night, and I'd say now a few times this year, until this season, I always had Chiefs are going to win it, or Chiefs, I don't have that feeling anymore. I just don't, man. It was the same feeling I used to always have with the Patriots, where they might not always win it, but you're always like, they're like, I just don't have that feeling with them anymore.
I mean, I know what you're saying, that like the inevitable comeback thing.
Yes.
But I'll say this. They were down 10-0, and I thought they were going to win the game. They were down 10-3, and I thought they were going to win the game. It was tied 10-10 with 5.5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. They were punting, and I thought they were going to win the game. Then, of course, they didn't punt inexplicably.
Well, that was earlier in the fourth quarter.
Well, it was the first one was what? How much time? 10 minutes left to go?
Like 10 minutes to go when he went out.
It was right there. That was the one where I was like, nope. The 10-10, your defense has stopped them the whole game.
Yeah.
Give them the ball inside the 30 was when I was like, okay, well, I'm done. And listen, everybody loses. We can, you know what? I hate to do this again, but I am a Andy Reid truther for life. The pre-Patrick Mahomes and now the post just scorched earth superhero Patrick Mahomes. How do you not punt there? And take your analytics
and trust
and
your defense,
shove them up your ass. That is a nonsense analytics.
Do you think that's analytics?
Well, they were talking about it in the game, which is, again, why I hate watching it. But he's like, it's a 3% chance. It's 3% analytics bump if you go for it there than if you punt. I'm like, it's like you guys, it's like just like it's just remove the word momentum from the dictionary and pretend it's not a real thing in life. Because you are pretending it's not a real thing in life. The game was there. They had controlled the game from being down 10-0 until that moment.
Yeah, I agree. And again, your defense was playing well. You're
and then
at home.
everything that happened after that was desperation. Everything.
Yeah.
Everything that had an air of desperation after that. They went for it again. The fumble, the pick, it was the wheels came off.
Yeah. No, I know, man. It
not to mention you're going against a great defense.
Yeah. Terrible call. Absolutely terrible call.
Listen, I'll tell you what the analytics. Let's just talk about the analytics culture in sports right now. When Chris Collinsworth says that the analytics say There's a 3% higher value in going for it there than not going for it. Just so everyone knows, those analytics do not include who you're playing, how good their defense is, what's happened in the game. Well, like it's just a score, time, situation. That's it. That's all it's analyzing. Well, what if I told you there's a 78% chance they don't get it if they go there because they're playing the number one defense in football? What if I told you that? Do the math on that. What if I told you you need a third queen to hit a full house, but he's also holding two queens?
The Chiefs, they just need a full reboot at this point. Kelsey needs to retire. I think he will. He looks old. It catches to everybody. He catches up.
Listen. Taylor Swift, the Chiefs were too good. The Chiefs were too good for Taylor Swift's horrible energy and ability to make gross everything she touches for her to do it year one. So their first title in the post Taylor Swift era was Les Miles' title, was Mike Tomlin's title. They got one while they still had all the juice. And now the Wicked Witch of the East, West, North, South, wherever she is on her private jet, has sucked the life out of the Chiefs. I would blame this entirely on this is entirely Taylor Swift's fault, 100%. And it's a shame because we had a never before seen rate of success from a football team. And this bitch ruined it.
I knew you would tie it to her. I had a feeling.
I mean, does track perfectly.
Well, again, I was thinking about it last night after watching the game, and I'm sitting there thinking, okay, well, what do they need to do? It's kind of what I've been saying. You got to get a running game at some point. The defense is fine. The defense has been fine. That has not been the issue the last few years. It's the offense. Again, Kelsey's aging. He's getting old. You need, I don't know the numbers of like Gray and some of the other tight ends, but like I think you need, like any quarterback, a security blanket is great at the tight end position. Those young receivers, at this point, it's like, well, what are they? And obviously, there's been injuries, there's been suspensions, all those things. I just think they almost just need a makeover, so to speak. And I think they'll be fine. But I think people forget too, when you win so much, it's that much harder.
Well, I heard a conversation
for the motivation, right? Emotional.
I heard a conversation yesterday about the whole Brady thing, like, oh, we were so quick to crown him the GOAT, and now look, he's gonna miss the playoffs. It's like Tom Brady never made 6 straight AFC Championship games. He didn't. All the fucking GOAT greatness, all the whatever, like this is an unheard of right out of the gate rookie year MVP, essentially rookie year, first year playing MVP, Super Bowl, AFC Championship game, like all these fucking things. Like there also has to be a little consideration for like, oh man, they're not going to the Super Bowl this year, probably. And there is, I love my 18-1 chances. I love my 18-1 bet if one of those private jets goes down. There has to be some consideration for like your like the just elite level greatness every year. Like the idea that if you're the Ravens or whatever, it's like every year you make the playoffs, but you don't really do anything and blah blah blah. This is every year they're like this top, very, very tippy top line team. what did we think was going to happen? We thought that one year they were just going to like lose in the first round of the playoffs or lose in the second round of the playoffs. It's like, it's probably not going to happen. It's probably a down year for them was probably always going to look like this. Or just like nothing goes right.
Yeah. Well, I think, I'm hearing some small chirping about Andy Reid, and it's like, well, guys, I don't think you switch it up there. I think you let him try to remake this roster, so to speak, for next year.
Well, you can't fire Andy Reid.
No.
But if Andy Reid wanted to walk away and I was the Chiefs owner, I wouldn't be like, no, please stay. But again, I'm a Andy Reid truther.
I mean, he's a great coach. He's one of the best ever.
Okay.
I know you never want to give him his credit. I mean, he's had success his whole career. It's hard to win a Super Bowl. It's very hard. He's won a few. Obviously, he has Patrick Mahomes, but still. It's not easy.
It's not easy. Now, I mean, I want to get this right. He made one Super Bowl before Patrick Mahomes? He made one Super Bowl.
Yeah. The infamous McNabb vomit game.
Yeah.
Against the Patriots. Consistently good teams.
So prior to Patrick Mahomes, he was Zach Taylor, if you will.
Dude, not get the hell out of here. He was not a Zach Taylor.
He made a Super Bowl.
That's blasphemous, dude. I mean, 4 straight NFC Championship games, correct? Am I correct in that? Zach Taylor's made the playoffs twice in 7 years, so come on. I will not have Andy Reid slander by weaving in Zach Taylor, who's going to be a Bengals lifer. Good luck with that, Bengals fans, by the way. That's a fun game you could play. I was thinking before the show, what happens first? Jamar Chase requests a trade, Joe Burrow requests a trade, or Zach Taylor's fired?
Yeah, it feels like one of the trade requests could lead to the other one.
That's true.
But listen, if you had to bet on that, a cheap Bengals owner, a diva wide receiver, and I'm going Jamar Chase trade request first. If they played in the Super Bowl this year, I'm going Jamar Chase trade request.
It is funny. Fans are funny, though. Fans are funny. When I went to the gym this morning, I heard I couldn't resist. I heard the old locker room attendant talking to one of the other guys. And the guy goes, well, there's still hope. And I couldn't resist. I was washing my hands. I go, dude, there hasn't been hope since Mike Brown owned this team. And which was just like, like the whole room. And those guys started laughing. And then the old locker room, and then the guy goes, yeah, the old guy goes, yeah, they're probably better losing every game to get a higher draft spot. I'm like, see, then you're talking. And then he followed up with,
we have totally different gym going experiences.
And then he goes, although they probably messed that up. I go, yeah, you're right. And then I laughed, and the old guy goes, the old locker room attendant goes, they'd probably draft a guy who just started playing, football his senior year of college. I said, yeah. And then I was like, yeah, I'm in a good mood to work out now. This guy gets it. Knock some sense into some of these idiots out here, the rest of the city.
I don't think I've ever heard football spoken at my gym, but it's mostly just Mexican guys in jeans on the treadmill.
Nah, for real?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Jeans,
bro. The gym here is
on the treadmill.
So I have 2 gyms. I have the one that's right close to me.
Flex.
And then I have what's that? No, not 2 gyms. I have 400 gyms, I guess, if you consider that I'm an LA Fitness member. But my point is
eSporta out there?
It was eSporta, and now it's LA Fitness.
It went back to LA Fitness again?
I guess so.
Okay, anyway.
I don't know. Who the fuck knows? I know where it is. So there's basically only two I go to, though. There's Port Hueneme, Oxnard, right here. And then there's one in Ventura that's got a nicer pool with a hot tub and, it's just a bigger, nicer gym. So sometimes I go there when I'm over that way. But if I go to my local one, it's legit Mexicans in jeans on the treadmill. It's Mexicans in the pool where I'm like, did somebody throw you in the pool?
Amazing.
Because I'm not sure that you know how to swim. One guy literally asked for swim lessons from me the other day. I was like, well, first of all, when you breathe, you got to turn your head sideways. This picking your head up the front to breathe is wild behavior. That's just not how.
The G's in the treadmill. I love that.
Yeah.
Bro.
He's getting ready for fucking harvest season. You know what I mean? I'm surprised he's not crawling on the treadmill.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Sounds like it's a little different. Raiders fans, I assume, though.
Probably.
What do you think those guys thought about the end of that interesting ending? A lot of conspiracies.
A lot of conspiracies? What's the conspiracy? That somebody took over the Raiders and they just happen to also be the Raiders? Like, uh-oh, Pete Carroll, he's Raidering.
So here it is. They kicked the field goal.
So you play it out, right?
All right, so they're down 10. And I'm not even showing the questionable penalty flag before that. That got on 15 yards closure. So they're down 10 with 5 seconds to go.
Yep.
Kicking a field goal, and the thought, I think they were 8 or 8.5 dogs. The Raiders.
Kick it. Try an onside kick it and hope for the Hail Mary. That's what you're telling us, right, Andrew?
Something like that. I think he's saying there's a different interest now in this play.
46-yard attempt for Carlson. And Carlson's kick is good with no time left. So count the 3. That makes it a 7.
I love the kicker with the point to the sky. Like, I got my points. So that's the end of the game.
Well, and what's the controversy exactly? I know I saw Dave Portnoy wants Pete Carroll murdered for some reason.
Yeah, I saw that.
I also know, I believe he's pressing charges against someone who threw a penny at him. So, you know. But I believe if he wins the lawsuit for the penny that's being thrown at him, he is planning on using the money to blow up the fucking little environmental girl's boat. So I don't really know. It's hard for me to keep up with.
Well, I did see that, but I think a lot of gambling degenerates were chirping about this. I mean, look, guys.
But is the controversy that they didn't go for a touchdown?
Yes.
But this is the right play a little bit, isn't it? It probably should have happened sooner.
Yeah, I mean, 5 seconds, as we saw, is not enough time. The game ends.
But it probably should have happened to and again, I'll say this till the day I die. And I had a dirtball get in my DMs about it. Again, I don't understand the not kicking on third down thing just generally when you're going for a win. Dirtball sent me a thing. I still got it. I need to double check on this. If a field goal is blocked on third down and the offense recovers it, they can kick again.
Let's look it up.
Provided it goes behind the line, I think. But the play here is you get the points that you can get when you're in there. You're going to need a miracle. So you get the points that you can get, and then you got a chance. The miracle is going to be you get an onside and you get a Hail Mary.
Okay, you are correct. If the field goal is blocked and the offense recovers the ball, as long as the ball never crosses the line of scrimmage, the defense doesn't get, the offense gets it. I
would just like to say this, Andy. When these games come down to you have a clocking it situation, I would kick it on second down. What if it gets blocked twice?
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention closely to that game because I didn't care.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm still going, what's the controversy? The controversy is that you guys thought they were going to score?
No, I think most people had it was the Broncos people.
Right. So they wanted Pete Carroll to go for it so that they don't get it and they don't
so they got
cover.
No points. Yeah.
And is the controversy here suddenly that Pete Carroll kicked it just to cover?
Yes.
Yeah. I like Pete Carroll's theory that, Rich Kotite did 9/11 more than I like this theory.
Oh, Rich Kotite. Wow. That is a deep pull. The old Jets coach?
Yeah.
Rich coach?
Thinking of people who were in and around New York maybe in 2001 that Pete Carroll might have beef with.
Was he coaching the Jets 2001?
No, I don't know. Probably not. No, yeah, he was in the 90s.
That was probably Herm Edwards era, right?
Yeah. Late Parcells. He's
Mangini?
Herm.
No, a little pre-Mangini. Rich Kotite. Unbelievable. Speaking of New York teams, I'm glad I saw this on our Reddit. We got to talk about your boy.
Who's my boy?
Your boy Jaxson Dart.
What happened?
This video clip I'm about to play. This is a whole conversation, bro.
I literally have no idea what's about to be played.
Well, your boy, I'll just preview it with this. Your boy is going full medium pizza 2.0 Jared Goff in this clip.
Oh, the ocean thing.
Oh, yeah. I'm playing it. This is ridiculous.
Where does this wind come from, bro? Like, there's no like canyon, there's like nothing that's like flowing through. It's just Meadowlands. We're in the Meadowlands.
Massive ocean that's like 2 miles that way.
The ocean's that way?
Ocean?
I thought the ocean was that way.
Sure, there's no ocean. Pretty sure it's a river, ain't it?
He said that's a river.
On the other side of those buildings, it's nothing but blue water.
An ocean?
Dude, I thought the ocean was that way.
Oh my God. Yeah, like look at the map. Like New York, the Atlantic Ocean.
But where are we?
We're not on the water though. Like
that's New York.
Those buildings? I know. Right there on the other side of that.
I thought it was that way, Jersey.
No. Okay, you're tripping.
Wow.
The ocean is not on the other side of that. Like,
bro, you don't know what you're talking about. You're from
that's
Canada.
miles away.
If I go that way, what's past those buildings?
New York City is the
Pennsylvania.
Long Island. Oh my God. Long Island's that
Long Island? I thought Long Island was that way.
No, Long Island's on the other side of the city.
Like if we just kept walking.
No, I drove to Long Island.
Brother, you have to drive through the city to go to Long Island. The city's right there.
I did go that way. But I thought it was that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is FYI. I should have previewed that. This is from Hard Knocks in season NFC East. I'm going to say this, and I mean this. I'm out on him now. This is Jared Goff not knowing where the sun set. He's an idiot, bro.
No.
Yes, it is.
No,
yes, it is.
Bro, there's only the sun sets in the West is something you learn when you're 5.
Okay.
This is listen, Jaxson Dart not knowing that the ocean is like nearby is a little sus.
A little?
It's a little sus.
If this wasn't your quarterback, you'd be
No, hold on. It's medium sus that he doesn't know that the ocean is nearby. But there's him not knowing what direction the ocean is and where it is in relation to him standing in the middle of the Meadowlands, less sus.
Okay. We both agree you need to have intelligence to be a good quarterback in the National Football League. He just revealed he doesn't have intelligence. He did. How do you not know? Everybody knows that It's the East Coast. You're by the ocean, man. That whole East Coast, you're by the ocean. He doesn't realize that.
There was also some what's the word I'm looking for here? There's the whole 2 mile, like they weren't 2 miles from the ocean there. Do you know what I'm saying? Direct path to the ocean. He's like 30 miles away.
Okay, obviously I don't know where their exact training facility is.
Maybe not 30 miles away if you went the other way, but the way they were pointing to, the guy saying what's behind those buildings. So from the Meadowlands into and across New York City, across Brooklyn and out to the ocean, it's 30 miles probably.
Okay.
Still. So the idea. So I would just want to say this. If he was 2 miles from the ocean, he didn't know where the ocean was. That would be like if you live 2 miles from the ocean, if you play 2 miles from the ocean, you're passing the ocean all the time. And you're like, okay, now he's probably closer to the ocean in another direction. Like if they didn't go through the city, they went like Staten Island out. I don't know. That's the thing. Gets a little fucking janky over there. I would have to look at where the closest path to the ocean for them.
Let me ask you something too. Do you think?
Yeah. So the closest path to the ocean is going to be going more south.
This is concerning if I am you. Extremely concerning as my franchise quarterback. I mean, just close your eyes for a second. Just close your eyes and picture this is a conversation that Jameis Winston is having.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is Jameis Winston. I can see him having this conversation. Okay. YouTube comment. According to this, the closest distance from the Meadowlands to the ocean as the crow flies is about 10 miles south.
Even that's, yeah. 10
Is
miles.
this not concerning for you?
By the way, south. My point is, what I'm saying is they've got him turned around a little bit.
Let me ask you this.
The city, which you're pointing at, on the other side of those buildings is the ocean. Pointing in that direction is probably like 30 miles. And he's going 2 miles past her, also wildly insane. So you got the kid turned around a little bit. I'm not saying, let me also go one thing. Let me go even further back. Let me tell you why everyone here is sus. The fuck does wind have to do? Oh, there's no mountains. There's no, bro. Have you ever been on the plains? Like there's wind. Like there's wind everywhere. Like why are we talking? Why is the question?
Windy as hell in Cincinnati today.
I'm more sus about he doesn't know how wind works. What's causing all this wind? There's no valley around here. There's no, and then the guy goes, well, there's ocean. I'm like, okay.
I'm going to throw another thing out at you. That was
By the way, you're in the middle of a marsh.
Yeah.
In the Meadowlands.
That's why it's the Meadowlands. Yeah. I'm going to throw another thing out there.
Famously windy, the Meadowlands, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Famously. Having nothing to do with ocean breezes, mind you.
Here's an Andy Ruther theory that I just kind of concocted on the spot. Because I saw this the other day, and I just looked it up as we were talking. I saw he's linked to some like Instagram model.
That also, oh yeah, that he's dating or like
that he's dating.
There was a fake Alex Earl DM slide that was going around this weekend. That's where I thought you were going with this.
No. I'm going with, I think it's, can guys win dating Instagram models as the NFL quarterback? No, let's just look at it. As an NFL quarterback, can you win? And I'm just going in my head.
You're about to bend so many things here, though.
I'm just tossing it out there.
Because, well, you're saying specifically Instagram model? Like Josh Allen's dating an actress. You're like, oh, that's okay.
That's okay. It's not an Instagram model.
Now
she can act.
Now, Tom, the GOAT of quarterbacks, according to everyone, just dated a straight up model. But now that
Wow.
hold on. Now
That's
that
next level.
Hold on. So now that paper press is dead, you can't date models anymore.
She was a runway model. It's completely different.
Yeah, there are no runway models. Where are we? Victoria's Secret is bankrupt. They don't do a runway anymore.
Runway models still exist.
She wasn't that, but okay.
Giselle wasn't a runway model?
Giselle was a Victoria's Secret titties out models. Real runway, proper fashion runway models are all the skinny, anorexic bitches.
But I'm not saying this is a certified theory. I'm tossing this out there, not just for Jaxson Dart, in general. Because also, I'm linking back to your boy, Jared Goff. Jared Goff married and settled down with an Instagram model.
Is she an Instagram model?
She was, yeah. She was like an Instagram model chick. I'm just saying, when you look at like Patrick Mahomes, this like high school girl, you know, Jalen Hurts. I don't know who Jalen Hurts is with. He just won a Super Bowl. I'm just looking at guys who
I think that guy's also a runway model, technically, but
Jalen Hurts is?
No, Jalen Hurts' significant other, I think, is a male. I think he runways like male underwear and stuff.
Okay, well, I don't know where
I'm
you're going.
assuming he's a UFC grappler.
Well, he's married.
Oh, okay.
But it proves my point, though. His college sweetheart.
Just to be clear, Jalen Hurts not gay.
No, he's not gay.
Magic Johnson, not gay.
No, stop. This is proving my point. I'm trying to make a goddamn point here.
I'm just trying to say you tell him you signed up for that if you're not gay. Have you noticed that all the straight quarterbacks in the NFL are like, can you just let our tight end do it?
It is funny seeing the teams where the tight end does it.
Everybody else is like, quarterback's like, I'm not doing this. Jalen Hurts like, I'll do it.
This is so ridiculous. So Hurts is married.
Jalen Hurts on the down low. Calling it now. Thank God AIDS is over.
Well, he's married to his high school or college sweetheart.
Is her name Cracker or Chip? Cookie?
Brianna.
Okay.
Brianna Burrows, no relation to Joe because there's an S on it.
No relation to the 14 things the Giants special teams coach was pointing at, saying that the fucking ocean's over there.
I'm just saying, like, who's winning Super Bowls that is dating an Instagram model? I think it's
all right. So let me put this on you. More concerning for you, outsider scout of Jaxson Dart, dating an Instagram model or doesn't know how close the Meadowlands are to the ocean in any direction a crow flies?
Definitely the ocean.
Oh, that's more concerning.
Yeah, I'm just tossing out the Instagram model.
Oh, okay. Wow. I thought for sure you were going to go the other way.
No, I'm just tossing out in general. Because again, like I always think about my quarterback as like, you have to make logical choices. And the truth is, I don't know if I've talked about it. The truth is that's why I've also been out on Joe Burrow for a while now. Like not out because I think he's a great quarterback, but it's like you care more about fashion and you've won nothing. Like I'm just gonna call it as it is. Like you, especially after watching a little of that quarterback, and then I'm like, I've always said this: you're a wannabe Tom Brady, but you're not because you haven't won the Super Bowls. So, like, I almost want a dork in a way.
You want Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, I kind of want Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Now, how about this? Rank the quarterbacks in.
Look at Matthew Stafford. He's married. Like I'm just saying, he's got a bazillion girls.
His wife is not an Instagram model. What is his wife?
A lunatic, a certified lunatic.
But what if you were like Kelly Stafford?
He met her at Georgia.
I know, but what is she? What is Brittany Mahomes? She's not an influencer?
No, they are. You know what they are? They are products of their husband's success, is what they are. They don't have a podcast or whatever career or all the followers without their husband. Whereas I'm saying these girls that these guys are meeting, some of these other players, they got the falling because they
I feel
got
like
the big.
you're gonna have to bend a lot of these for Paul Skeens just won the Cy Young. His chick, Livy Dunn, she's a don't hit me with she's a gymnast. Don't you dare.
Well, I don't know much about her. I know she went to LSU to be a gymnast.
Yeah.
But hold on.
She's a thought.
You're talking about bending the rules. You're throwing in a completely different sport. All I'm saying, Prano, I'm talking about my quarterback, the most important position on the football field. That's all I'm saying.
You don't want them dating specifically Instagram models.
Correct.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm here for the theory. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
It's a theory. I haven't.
I think I'd rather them Instagram model than eco-terrorist pop star. But he's not the quarterback.
Not the quarterback.
But she's also undone the team.
It was weird when they tried to show her last night. Like you didn't see her.
What do you mean?
At least one time I saw when they tried to show her. It's like Taylor Swift. It was like.
Was she there?
Yeah, she was there. It was like blurry.
I missed it.
Where the
they must have a directive not to show her now, right? Or like what? They're like, oh, no more 20 times a game.
Well, they showed her and they went to the suite, but I don't know if it was just from because it was so cold, like fogged up.
Yeah.
The glass. Or if she had sprayed a chemical. I don't know.
Yeah. I would
imagine.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'd imagine it's the chemtrails.
The chemtrails. She actually took, fun fact about her, she's got a mini plane she took from where she was seated to the bathroom.
Yeah.
She couldn't walk.
It was the exhaust. She's like, well, I'm not going to use jet propulsion. I'm inside. It's just going to be a prop plane.
Oh. That's going to be a fun one we're going to have to cover is the over-under on that marriage.
Oh, how about this? Here's if we're doing that. Give me a percentage chance they get married.
It's currently scheduled for June 13th.
Of this year.
2026, yeah. Coming up. So 7 months from now, basically.
7 months from now. 70% chance or higher?
Lower for me.
Lower?
Yeah.
60-40?
I'd go 50-50.
Wow, 50-50. You think if we play from now till June 100 times, only 50 times do they actually get married?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm going to say close. I'm going to say just over 70%. I'm going to go like 71%. But if you're going 50-50 on them getting married, your over-under on them staying married, it's got to be what? 5 years?
I'm looking up ages. This is important. So she turns 36 next week. Or this week, actually. Yeah, I'm going under 5 years. But that also factored in if they had kids. That would affect my...
I'll tell you what. From a branding, you know how everybody's like, this is a full, like... I saw some chick the other day post, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce could be married for the rest of their lives, and she could give a heartfelt eulogy at his funeral with their 25 great-grandchildren in the audience. And I'll still never believe that this wasn't a publicity stunt. And I'm like, I'm kind of with you.
That's hilarious. I was like, where are you going with this?
I think that if you're talking about branding, if you're talking about the whole like blowing up your brands, the best move for both of them is a last minute pull out of the wedding, a last minute pre-wedding breakup, right? She gets to write another I've got broken up with, but like now it's a Taylor Swift album on steroids. He gets to like be welcomed back by the fucking manosphere, and he gets the villain arc, and he gets to fuck Instagram models. Now he's not a quarterback, so you're fine with it. But
yeah, he's back in the IG game.
Yeah, he's back in the IG game. He's hosting shows. Everybody just counter programs with him. He just becomes massive because the day they get married, he's Taylor Swift's husband. He's just.
Oh, I agree.
He's who's Josh Brolin's dad? Proving my point. I don't even remember his fucking name.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, Josh Brolin's dad was an actor who had a first name, and then he married Barbara Streisand. James Brolin. I knew it would come to me eventually. Travis Brolin was his name.
So, yeah, about 6 months or 7 months. We'll see.
Perfectly scheduled so he can make it back in time for training camp.
Yeah, if he sticks around.
But his contract is up this year, right?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Well, let's get back to football a little bit.
Yeah, let's get back to football.
We're talking about the Chiefs.
We're talking about the Chiefs.
How does this make you feel about the Texans?
I like them. I found myself rooting for them last night. I like their D. You know, the O is ugh. It's just like whatever. But 8-5 now. I think they win the division.
Well, Colts now gone, out of it. Daniel Jones done, season over.
Sad, you know.
Indianapolis. What's going on with the Achilles in Indianapolis? Has anybody looked at the correlation between corn and Achilles tears?
Well, you know, he's been injury prone his whole career. It is sad.
I know.
Though.
I'm just saying Tyrese Halliburton also tore an Achilles.
True.
It's a tough year for Achilles, and it's almost like the city of Indianapolis Achilles heel is literally their Achilles heel.
Well, it just stinks because it was a nice little story, obviously, and he was basically, you know what? Let's not forget what the Colts did. They mortgaged their future for Sauce Gardner, I believe, right? 2 first-round, 2 second-round picks. On the back of Daniel Jones is our guy in the future. We're going to give him a contract in the offseason. Now, he could come back by the start of next year.
Yeah. Also, and again, I know I'm the world's biggest Daniel Jones slurper, according to our lunatic fans.
You are.
But Daniel Jones, my argument with Daniel Jones was always, he's fine. He's fine. Now, I know everybody wanted me to go, if you don't murder him in front of me, you're a dick-sucking Giants fan. But I was just like, he's fine. And if he was on a better team, he'd be fine. He's fine. I was never like, Daniel Jones is, you know, get Daniel Jones, turn your franchise around. So the thing about Daniel Jones is, regardless of how this season played out, let's say they had gone into the playoffs and won a playoff game. It's kind of proof that if you can go out and get a medium quarterback, like what we saw with the Vikings last year and them getting Sam Darnold, is, wow, can you imagine if we had a great quarterback? So it's like, I'm not even sure the move was sign Daniel Jones, even if the Daniel Jones experience kept floating along magically.
I think it was. I think that was the plan.
Right. But I'm saying that was maybe a wrong plan. Maybe a terrible plan.
Well, again, when you start mortgaging draft picks, high round draft picks, what other plan do you have?
Right.
They're done. Like they're going to be one of those. I mean, hell,
their Super Bowl odds, I think, or maybe their division odds. Their division odds might have dropped to like 40-1 or something like that.
Well, let's just look at their schedule. They started at 7-1.
Yeah.
They've lost 3 straight. Chiefs, Texans, Jags. And their last 4 games at the Seahawks, they'll be underdogs. Home against the Niners, they'll be underdogs. Home against the Jags,
they'll be underdogs.
And at the Texans.
Yeah. Well, they also have a backup quarterback now, so. And it's not Richardson, by the way, because he like shot his eye out.
Yeah. Maybe Irsay's daughter, who's always on the sideline, which I still think is weird, can hop in there. What is she doing on the sideline with the headset? Is she cosplaying an NFL coach? I love everybody's like, I like this. You see all these fucking dork. You're a dork. I see you guys out there on the socials. I like how involved this owner. You do? Stay the fuck away from you. Like, stay the fuck away.
Honest. But let's be honest. My niece has a kitchen. You know what I mean? Like, it's got a stovetop. There's an oven. There's fruits. There's vegetables. There's a refrigerator. There's a microwave. There's a sink. None of it works. It's not a real thing. Like, she's not. Like, they're like, have a headset. I don't think she can talk into it.
No, I know she can't.
That's
why it's even more embarrassing.
I would argue.
How old's your niece?
50. It's playing a radio broadcast of the game, right?
How old's your niece?
8 months old.
Exactly. My point is, so does Isla. They have at her daycare, they had a makeshift pizza oven. She's cosplaying that she's making pizza. She's not even 3, is my point. A grown-ass woman cosplaying. All the dorks online are like, oh, well, I like it because she's very involved. Like, you'll see, I saw countless Bengals fans being like, oh, I wish our owner was involved like that. Can you imagine seeing it?
Well, your owner can't be on headsets because they don't offer them free in coach anymore. There was a time when you used to have the little plastic ones that you could plug in. Back in the old days, those would come free. The stethoscope headsets.
Yeah.
Get on old planes.
That's the stupidest thing ever. The people, I love how she does it. Yeah, they're screwed.
Well, listen,
I think the Texans win the division.
Yeah,
because of their defense.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not sold on Jacksonville.
Yeah. Now you were in a meatloaf cuck loser. My athletic notifications were going crazy yesterday. You were deep in Bengals athletic commentary.
So I told you, because there's this guy. He's the only guy I comment on.
By the way, there was a half second.
Do you know what he's posing as? Do you know what he's posing as now?
No,
I gotta tell you, it's Ethan territory.
Okay.
There's this guy, he goes by Nate S, and he lives in the Bengals comments, and I find it fascinating. I'm talking, he's writing on every story involving the Bengals. This is not an exaggeration. He's writing sometimes 5-6 paragraph responses. And so many people hate him.
He's a pro Bengals guy?
Yeah, he's a pro Bengals guy. And so many people hate him. And I'm fascinated. So now we've entered the troller moron, and he did one of those long things yesterday. And now, you know what he's posing? You know what he's claiming he is? He's claiming he's a former NFL player. And it's like, dude, a former NFL player?
Is it Nate Solder?
Who's a diehard Bengals living in the athletic comments? So like, yeah. So I was just, again, it's more of me being bored. Especially people know this who have kids, especially babies. You do a lot of rocking. And I can't watch videos because like she'll wake up or she won't relax, right? So I'm just scrolling through on shit. So think about it. If you're eliminating videos, you're eliminating TikTok, you're eliminating Instagram, you're eliminating a lot of Twitter. So like, what does it do for me? That's why I've been in Reddit so much the last year. It's like, I'm in Reddit, I'm in the comment section, and yeah, I don't have to respond, but I couldn't. Again, I was enjoying it, and my last response was,
I never go in to get the context, but there was a time like a couple months ago where I was like, I don't use the athletic that much. I could probably just turn off the notifications and go in there when I go in there. But now when the comments come flying and I get the notifications, I was like, oh, I'm not going to turn these off. I like getting out of context things. Or
How-
like, did
how-
they just call somebody a cuck?
How
He
hilarious.
definitely told somebody like to go eat mom's meatloaf.
How hilarious is this scenario? This guy's not like, I'm the only one who's got, like, there's so many people who hate him. I have gotten him now to admit or claim. Again, it's an Ethan situation with Jameis 1 of 1. He's now claiming he's a former NFL player.
Dirtballs need to do a deep dive on former NFL players named Nate S. that have ties to Cincinnati.
It's the funniest shit ever. And then when I gave him a PS, you're still a virgin. This is something no one who's ever actually banged chicks would respond. I'm not a virgin. I have multiple kids. That's like a Phillip Rivers response. Maybe it is Phillip Rivers. But I am intrigued, Prano, because I'm like, this guy, are you a troll? Are you a moron? Like, it's homerism to the next level. Can we talk about Lamar Jackson for a second?
Yeah. We're 56 minutes in. We have so much to talk about.
We have a lot to talk
Okay,
about.
let's go.
And if we don't get to everything today, we can push certain things. But the Lamar Jackson, you and I were texting about it last night. And I'm watching, I basically watched that whole game yesterday. And I'm like, he looks so bad. Like, bad. Like, I think I said this last week after the Bengals game. I go, it's like he forgot how to play quarterback all of a sudden. And his throws are bad and he looks flustered. And we all know he's coming off the injury. And then the game ends like you get sacked. You don't just chuck it. And you may just say what you said to me. And because then I end up doing a deep dive, which I'll bring up. Say what you said to me. I'm like, this is true.
I said Cam 2.0.
Yeah.
And the reason I say Cam 2.0, obviously their styles are wildly different. But this ties back to my theory forever. The thesis statement is having a quarterback who can run is great. Having a quarterback who needs to run to win is a fucking disaster and a ticking time bomb. But Cam 2.0 in that once Cam's running ability didn't go from being like, wow, he runs pretty well for a quarterback to he still runs pretty well for a quarterback, but not as well. When Cam's running ability went from superhero to not superhero, when the Carolina Panthers offense couldn't just run Cam on, 2nd and 8 and make it 3rd and 3 and get it again on a off tackle Cam. When Cam lost his superhero ability to run the football, everything else got exposed. His throwing got exposed. His accuracy got exposed. His downfield accuracy got exposed. His reads got exposed. This, by the way, again, we have a history. That's why I love doing this show for essentially 3 to 4 hours a week for 10 years now. You can go back. Lamar Jackson never sold me on Lamar Jackson. And it was for this reason. And now Lamar Jackson's running ability, whether it be because they don't want him to get injured as much, whether it be because he was just injured, whether it be because he's getting older, whether it be whatever it is, this is why my thesis statement exists, because that ability is always going to get worse as you get older.
Yeah.
You're never going to get better at running the football as a quarterback as you get older. You might get safer at it, but you're not going to get faster as you get older. You're not going to get strong. So that's always going to be a declining ability. If your passing ability doesn't go up, then this is what you're left with. Cam Newton fell off a cliff.
Well, and he's not there, but I'm seeing that. I just pulled it up.
Because he's not accurate. He doesn't throw a great deep ball. He doesn't make great reads. He doesn't fit balls into tight windows. That's just the fact of the matter. All of it covered when you can't when you can't drop guys into that because somebody's always got to be watching Lamar Jackson because he could be gone for a touchdown at any moment.
Exactly. So you always you always have to somebody spy, right? Whether it's the safety or the linebacker. Exactly. So when you have him, you always have somebody spy, but they don't have to do that. Like you're saying, I mean, look at the last 5 games. So he missed about a month and he comes back and he looked great against Miami. The last 5 games, he's been dog shit. Just listen to this. Listen to his completion percentage the last 5 games. 58.6, 56, 56.5, 53.1, 54.3. He hasn't completed 60% of his passes in the last 5 games. And in those games, he's thrown 2 touchdowns. He went 3 straight games without throwing a touchdown until yesterday. He's thrown 2 touchdowns to 4 picks. That's what I'm saying. Like, he has fallen off a cliff, man. Like, I don't know how much you watched yesterday. I'm watching that game and I'm just going, I was Mr. the Ravens because of him. I watched yesterday and I go, and I know it's just 1 week and I'm not Mr. 1 week changes everything, but for me, it kind of did. I guess it's a combo of the last 5 weeks, but I'm going, I don't even know what the Baltimore schedule is. I don't know what Pittsburgh's schedule is. Can I really pick you? Like, Aaron Rodgers has a fucking broken wrist and he's 43, 44, whatever the hell he is, 42. I don't even know what he is. And he's outplaying him. He is, just straight up. Like, he looked bad yesterday.
But also, let's just talk about for Ravens fans out there. And listen, you already fucking hate me, I'm assuming, because of my just very now proven right take on Lamar Jackson the whole time. But the best when Lamar Jackson was catching the league by storm, winning an MVP, what's that, 4 years ago now or whatever. And
no, he's won 2.
No, I know about his first one. I'm saying when he comes in,
I think it was 2019.
Yeah. He comes in, he looks pretty bad right out of the gate, but immediately kind of essentially in years, they turn him around. When you have that young, crazy athlete quarterback that's doing something you've never seen before, not getting paid yet, on a John Harbaugh team that's always been based around defense, that was your window. That was your window.
But Joe, let's not forget last year. He looked, this is what's insane about him. He was amazing last year. He was amazing. Last year was his best statistical year ever.
Yeah, but none of this has anything to do with things. All of it is
all caught up.
Yeah, but all of it is, they're all tied together. This is, Chris Sims got hammered by the replies this week for shitting all over Jalen Hurts when nothing he said was wrong. When nothing he said was wrong. A 6-minute monologue on why Jalen Hurts is the problem. And he's like, listen, if Jalen Hurts insists on having a simple offense because that's how he functions best, well, the NFL is a smart, fast-moving league. You wanting to have a simple offense means other teams are going to figure out your offense faster. Other teams figure out what you're doing with Saquon Barkley. All of a sudden, they take Saquon Barkley away, and now you're dog shit. Maybe you just weren't that fucking good in the first place. And again, all of this is tied together. It's Jalen Hurts' fault that Saquon Barkley suddenly washed. Yeah, if he only wants to have 6 offensive plays, then yes, it's his fault that Saquon Barkley is washed. Yes, it's entirely his fault then. This is the Lamar Jackson thing, chicken or the egg. Is he hurt, or is he protecting himself, or is he just whatever? But like, Lamar Jackson's game is tied directly to his ability to run the football. Not like Josh Allen. Josh Allen, it's a bonus that he does that in the last play of the game. That's where you get. That's why Brian Daboll was fired. Brian Daboll was fired because this kid's not going to survive. If you need him to run the football to win football games, get the fuck out of here. And he's like, not only do I need him to run the football to win football games, I need him to get out of that tent and run the football with a concussion to win football games. And they're like, cool, we cannot have this. Because that is the deal in the end. If you need your quarterback to run the football to win, you have an extremely short window to win a championship. And after that, every single year it'll get harder.
So you mentioned the Cam comparison yesterday, so I had to look up some stuff. I mean, it took me a second, but it is pretty similar. Lamar Jackson's 28. It's his 8th season. Cam was 29 in his 8th season. And Cam literally after that is like, I forget, maybe one more year in the Panthers, then the debacle in New England. And I'm not saying that's what happens.
I wonder how old Dwight Howard was when the Magic moved on from him. I wonder.
And I'm not saying it's the end, but again, what I've seen the last 5 weeks is a guy who literally just can't, like you said, Cam fell off a cliff. That's what I'm seeing right now.
Now, I don't think that he necessarily has to stay where he is right now, that he can't have a bounce back.
I agree.
But my point is, you're already in a situation where you've committed to this guy that anyone with a brain goes, he's not the passer Joe Burrow is. He's not the passer Matt Stafford is. He's not the passer Patrick Mahomes is. He's not the passer that Baker Mayfield is. He's not the passer that this guy is. He's not the passer that this guy is. You already put yourself in a position where you're like, this is his skill set's going to have to move like this a little bit. As this one falls, this one's going to have to come up. And the truth is, the Tom Brady's of the world and the Drew Breeses of the world and the Peyton Mannings of the world, would it have been amazing if they could have run the ball as well? Yeah, it would have been amazing. But they could also just stand flat foot in the fucking pocket and pick you apart. And so whether you're hampered by injury or you're playing it safe or you're getting old, this is not a league for somebody who can't do that. Long term, it's not a league for them.
Yeah. I totally agree. And I mean, I just pulled up their remaining schedule.
I'll take it. I'll go one step further. Let's go to the Chiefs. I'd love to see Patrick Mahomes rushing totals, rushing attempts in his MVP year, and rushing attempts last year and the year before. Why is he rushing the ball more now? Because they're not just picking teams apart. Because he needs to.
It's actually been pretty well. This is a record. He's rushed for the most yards ever this year in his career.
No.
We'll see if that's the most carries though. He's at 62. He had 75 carries a few years ago. But yeah, I mean, look, like as far as Lamar and the Ravens go, 3 of their last 4 games are on the road. It's not going to be easy. I just looked as far as like any chance. They got Bengals, Steelers, Patriots, Packers. Good luck. And yeah, you better hope he didn't just fall off that cliff. And I think that is the difference because you keep hearing everybody keeps saying, "Oh, he's still injured. He's still injured." But that goes back to
that's fine.
Exactly. That goes back to the point of people being like, "Yeah, but a pocket guy can still be injured and still sling it around."
Yep,
he can't do that.
He's never been able to do that.
That's a problem.
And we're getting pretty late in the career for him to learn how to do that.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's year 8, man. Year 8. So like me, I don't get focused too much because I know people always want to focus on the age a lot, which I always think is weird. People be like, "Oh, he's only 28." Like they'll do the same thing with Burrow. He's only 28. And I'm like, but how many years have you played? How many hits has your car, your body's basically a car. How many hits has it taken? Like that adds up. and they're in that long-term deal with him. So I don't know, but like punting to next year, year 9, you think it's going to get better? It won't.
It might get better than this.
Yeah, it might get better than this.
But hold on. It's not going to get better than last year. It's not going to get better than his first MVP season. It's not going to get better than any of that. And you didn't win it then. That's the thing about Lamar Jackson. Are you winning? Of course, obviously he's their franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
You're not about to be like, oh, let's just go with whoever. But like, were you ever winning the Super Bowl with them? I'd argue no. I did argue. So I'm not going to say I would argue. I did argue. I did argue no the whole time. I did argue no the whole time. I argued no the whole time. And I argued no the whole time, just repeating the same thesis that I repeated at the beginning of this conversation over and over and over for the last 6 years. So,
by the way, before we move on from this, I want to say one last thing about AFC North, about the Browns. I mean, Cleveland is expected to have Deshaun Watson on their roster next year. What? I know the cap hit. I know all that. He's expected to be on the roster for 2026. And they drafted 2 rookies. Why? Insanity to me.
well, Jameis Winston did the pregame show yesterday. So what is life?
Thank God I didn't see it. Thank God I didn't see it. You want to talk a little college football, Joe?
Yeah, I think we could be relatively brief with it, but it has to be talked about. I know a lot of our listeners care about it, which is what I'm here to talk about. Stop. It's my only take about stop caring about it. Stop caring. You're the Marvel movie people of sports. You're the Lego people of sports. It's a joke. I tweeted yesterday, and here we are again, arguing about college football rankings like, well, every year since the 1930s. It's a fraudulent system. It's the most corrupt. I assume the NCAA, what are we calling it? The FBC, CBFB, the CBA, the BCS, whatever their shit. I assume they're just giving Donald Trump a peace prize soon, whoever this is. It's the biggest sham system. It's always been the biggest sham. Coaches poll, AP poll, BCS, computer rankings. It's always been a sham. It'll always be a sham. It's a big dog and pony show for fucking TV money. It means nothing.
You know, it's just
stop caring about it. The internet is alive and well today. If you're in Tennessee or you're in fucking Georgia or you're in whatever, like Oklahoma, you got the Thunder. And also you can fly to the Cowboys games. Like, just stop. Stop caring about Florida State football and Texas A&M football.
Care about what you want to care about. That's fine, but I think it's ridiculous. It's just, I had a buddy tell me yesterday he was a season ticket holder for University of Cincinnati, both basketball and football. Like, good seats, by the way. I think he dropped both. I know he dropped football. I think he dropped basketball too. He said, I know you've been against it. I think I'm finally against this. I go, welcome to I go, finally. He goes, I think I'm done. He goes, I think I'm done with college sports, is what he said to me verbatim.
Yeah.
I said,
listen,
I said,
everybody grows up eventually.
I said to him, I said, look, man, I'm not gonna say, oh, I was so smart, but I was like, finally, dude, like how?
That's why I said that, Andy. That's why I said you're the comic book nerds of sports fans.
Look, I'm not.
And again, like what you like. But my point is, I liked comic books when I was 12, and I liked college football when I was 12, and I liked pro wrestling when I was 12. I liked all of this stuff when I was 12, and then I grew up. And a lot of people grow out of liking fucking comic books, and a lot of people grow out of liking professional wrestling. And guess what? A lot of people don't. And a lot of people like pro wrestling and college football.
Well, you know, it's and I know it's not exactly the perfect comparison, but it's the same thing I always say. Because I know one has 1 million schools and one has just 32 teams. I always say, guys, there's no controversy every year on the playoffs for the NFL. It's
in fact, there's zero controversy.
There's none. It's cut and dry. Like
there's not in college football. There's massive controversy every year. So let's break down every single season of college football for the entirety of my lifetime. There is massive controversy at the end of the year. Every single year of my entire life, there is 0% controversy about who makes the NFL playoffs.
Yeah.
And now the fucking dickheads on the internet are screaming. Half of them are screaming, Notre Dame should be in. The other half are screaming, join a conference. Okay. Well, if Notre Dame really wanted a title, they would have fought Razor Ramon for the Intercontinental belt. And then everybody knows the Intercontinental belt. If he was simultaneously the Intercontinental champion and the tag team champion, there's no way to not give him a shot at the title. I don't care what happens. That's why we have the Royal Rumble, because you get a title shot if you throw all of them out of the ring. That's how it works. You want to join a conference, join the Royal Rumble. If you win the Royal Rumble, you get a title shot. It's just that simple. All of this is fake.
Yeah, it's just like you said, it's the same thing. You know, I was watching the Dan Patrick show before we started our show, and one of his you know, I don't watch it too much to be honest. So like I was like, one of the guys who's on his show just he said what you said. He goes, every single year we do this for the last, I don't know how many, like it didn't matter whether it was 2 teams competing or 4. He goes, we do this every year. And I go, that's where you and I are at. It's like, we do this every year. So that's my thing. Is like, how can you care if for as much as Joe and I guys joke about the turnt Panthers fans or pick a team who thinks they have a shot at winning the Super Bowl. Well, look, it's a fair system. There's a salary cap. You know, there's a fair system. It's even. It's just that's not how college sports are. I was looking at it before the show. I mean, so basically how they do it is, you know, there is a salary cap on direct school payments, the revenue sharing, which basically boosters can raise money, right? Boosters can raise money. They can pay the football players, the basketball players. They can pay whatever. But every school has a salary cap for $20.5 million to try to make things fair. Okay, cool. But guess what? Here's the problem. There's no salary cap on NIL. There's no salary cap. So you can kind of throw the first thing out the window, right? If the local billionaire, I don't know if you followed this. If you follow with Texas, I know you haven't followed, but
well, no, but
do you know what Texas Tech did?
No.
They literally got a billionaire. Texas Tech literally got a billionaire alumni. And guess who's in the playoffs? Texas, like it's the best season ever. The point is, it's just not. There's no level playing field. Why care?
Also, let's remove the fact that we're now discussing the fairness or unfairness of the salary cap / NIL program for amateur sports. No, well, it's not amateur because it's professional sports. but it's not professional sports because they're pretending to go to a university. I forget. What does this have to do with it? What are we talking about? Guys, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are neither ninjas nor turtles. They are the drawings of probably a man who is on psychedelic drugs.
Bless his heart.
Yeah, great. But they do not exist. It is not real. A rat did not also get hit with ooze and become a sensei to turtles. You are living in a fantasy world. None of this is real. And the sooner you learn that, the happier you'll be. First of all, your Saturdays will be freed up. But also, guess what? You can still go. If the coolest thing that comes to your shit dump southern town is the Savannah Bananas, go. It's fun. Go. But they're not playing a baseball game. And I hope that you know that.
Well, look, I will say this. If you want to go to a game,
That's what I'm saying. Go.
Just know
it's not real.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. The same way, my nephew, who's 8, he's into wrestling now. He's 8. They went. I was asked. I couldn't make it, but they're like, "Do you want to go when they come to Cincinnati?" Because my brother knew. Like, I was like, I kind of want to see that event just to see the whole thing. That's the equivalent, guys. Like, I would go had I been able to. Like, I would go just to see how ridiculous it is. But that's what college sports are. I'll play this. I mean, look at where we're at here. I played this to Prano before we started the show. I mean, look at this now.
One of the craziest side businesses of the NIL era in college sports? Try booster insurance. That's right, booster insurance. Brainchild of Arkansas coach John Calipari said, hey, if I go ask a booster or a business or even my school's rev share for $1 million to get a player, what happens if that player gets injured on day 1, doesn't play? Player still gets his money, which is great, but everyone else is out. Enter booster insurance. Enter 32 teams, a group that's offering, backed by Lloyd's of London, a deal where Arkansas is going to pay 3% premium to get this thing insured. $30,000 on $1 million player. If that player is lost to the season before January 15th, Arkansas gets all its money back. If it's by February 15th, they get half. The player's lost, but the school gets to take that money, use it for next year's recruits, use it to fund the program or whatever. They're protected. It's a lot of money out there that's not being insured in college sports, so enter booster insurance. It's a weird one, but it's coming for college athletics.
I mean, this is all right now. Booster insurance? The guy gets like
RFK is like, I don't think you should get insurance. If you got the booster, you knew you were taking that poison when you took it.
I mean, it's. By the way, I'm not gonna do it on the spot because I'm shitty. I could do a decent RFK.
You got it. I mine's terrible.
I had it for a minute and then I think I lost it. But that's the point of like. Now a college coach is like, hey, we need booster insurance for these very reasons. If this guy gets hurt. And again, coaches aren't loyal. Players aren't loyal. By the way, and I'm not blaming players like with the transfer portal or these guys gave me more money. I mean, it's just, let me put it this way. My brother, the big rivalry game right here in Cincinnati for college basketball is Xavier Cincinnati, right? My little brother was like, let's get tickets. Let's go. He's like, and I go, you know my thought or my stance. He goes, I'll buy tickets. It'll be fun. Rivalry game. And I said, it's the same night as our other brother, Brad. He invited us all over to go watch the state final. He's like, our high school football team. I go, yeah. Because you know what? I know that system. Guess what? 32 teams made the playoffs. They made it to the championship game. It was fair. It's done by computer rankings. It's like our stupid high school, the Ohio Athletic, Sports Association has a better system. At least it's fair. We'll go watch it. They lost, by the way, but it's like this
Good
is a
game.
better. What's that?
Good game.
No, they play a pretty stacked team. Lost by 2 touchdowns. But like my point was, I'd rather watch high school football, which is about to be wrecked too, because I don't know, NIL it's in high school now. So like it was just, yeah, it just went to court. Somebody took it to court in Ohio, a young kid, and he won. So now high school kids can get NIL. So now it's going to affect where kids go too, especially in the private schools, transfer private schools, go to this private, now you can't, obviously you have to live in a school district. But I'm just saying, like, I don't have a solution, for the record. Like, this is just so messed up.
I do. Stop caring about college football. Grow up. or care about it exactly how you care about the WWE. If you let me just listen. If you were with your nephew, this is a serious conversation for college football fans out there, college sports fans in general. If you were with your 10-year-old nephew, I don't know who the big person in the WWE is these days. Who's the face? Like, who's the guy?
Yeah.
I don't know who it is. Let's go back to an era. Hulk Hogan was the guy. Okay. And I'm going to take it below. I was going to say 10, but I'm going to dial it back now, because at 10, I was too smart for this shit. But if 7-year-old Joe Prano was devastated that Hulk Hogan lost at WrestleMania, and you were 7-year-old Joe Prano's dad, you'd be like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, he'll get him next time. You're not gonna have a whole, you're not gonna be like, it's all fake, don't worry about it. You might be like, listen,
Sure,
he'll get him next time. The Hulk. You got it. Nothing. No one's more likely to come back than the Hulk. The Hulkster. He'll be back. If your 35-year-old friend was crying because Hulk Hogan won, you'd be like, oh, he's mentally ill.
Yeah, autistic.
He's autistic. He's whatever. That's you caring about college football over the age of 10. I'm embarrassed for you. You're crying that The Undertaker lost. Guys, it's fake.
But what's not fake is it's all about the money. That's what's not fake.
Well, that's the whole that's the most direct WWE comparison of the whole thing, which is you're all wound up about a whole big sham.
Yeah.
Where just Vince McMahon makes money.
Sure.
And a bunch of people get brain damage. And a bunch of people are putting themselves through physical fucking trauma so that one dude can make a whole bunch of money. And you're fucking crazy about it.
Yeah. I mean, full disclosure, I hadn't watched shit, obviously, and I know you hadn't, but I was in my basement and the Ohio State Indiana game was on, and I go, you know what? I haven't watched like any college football. In my head, I was like, I'm going to
Are you about to play Dirk Cousins?
What's that?
Are you about to play Dirk Cousins 2.0?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to play that in a second here. But what I was going to say was, I'm going to put this on. And again, this is just me. I watched like the last 5 minutes before I went to half. And then I thought, so I just like, I had just thought to myself, I go, am I really going to watch this second half? Why? I don't care about Ohio State. I don't care about Indiana. The whole thing's a joke. So then I put on the Netflix doc about what happened to the Montreal Expos. I don't know if you watched it at all.
No, fuck. I need to watch that.
Yeah. So there's a whole Netflix documentary about what happened to the Montreal Expos. It goes through the history, and it's kind of interesting, right?
Turns out Diddy had them set up to be killed.
But my point is, like, I was like, oh, this is kind of, so then you know how it is. And then I'm down on my phone on ChatGPT rabbit hole, like, what was the attendance from 1980 until they left? Like, and then I'm looking at their records side by side on ChatGPT. But my point was, like, I was like, this is fascinating shit. I'm not going back to college football tonight.
My buddy texted me after the game. He's like, "Did you see this speech by the Indiana quarterback?" And I was like, "I just want you to know that I am watching a regular season NBA game that doesn't include the New York Knicks. That's how fucking little I care about college football."
Well, by the way, I didn't see this till the next morning either.
And then I was like, "But I'll look it up on Twitter."
Let's check out. Prino's right. Let's check out Dort Cousins. Where is it? Here it is.
It sounds so beautiful. I want to give all the glory to God.
Let me change that word. What am I doing here? God damn it.
Bro, 3 seconds. My buddy goes, "Did you see it?" I go, "No." He's like, he said friggin'. I got this far and I paused it. I was like, "Bro, I'm 3 seconds in." He's crying about God. Oh, God.
Let's start it over.
Does that sound?
It sounds so beautiful. I want to give all the glory to God. We were never supposed to be in this position, but by the glory of God, the great coaches, great teammates, everyone we have around us, we were able to pull this off. Whoever thought the Hoosier would be here. But
Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at this guy.
now the Hoosiers are flipping champs. Let's go.
He didn't even say frickin'. He said flippin'. It's even worse. That's even worse than frickin'.
Andy, you want to talk about out. You want to talk about Instagram models and where the sun rises. If they had been standing in the Meadowlands, and Jaxson Dart said, "I've been meaning to ask, what are all those big buildings over there?" And somebody was like, "Bro, that's New York City." I would be more in on him than I am in on flippin' Dork Cousins 2.0.
You guys call yourself a bunch of misfits who found the right home at Indiana. Why was this the right place for this group?
It's the right place for process-oriented. We're going day by day. Whether it's the offensive line, the defense, the coaches, special teams, we're all process-oriented to one goal. That's our thing.
What is wrong with this guy?
Brothers, we can drag teams into the deep end because we know that we're going to stick together and we're the strongest glue ever.
You know what he looks.
Look at the face you just paused it on. This is.
Look at the camera guy. Look at the camera. Look at the camera guy on the right.
The camera guy's like, I don't want to be in this video when this future youth pastor rapes 10 kids. They're gonna be like, he's like, for a century, I'm gonna be in the background of the biggest youth pastor rape scandal of 2029. A former college star turned serial rapist today was caught with 700 nude children inside a former Costco where he runs his super church.
Oh, Fernando Mendoza. Oh my God.
Cuban?
He is.
That's Cuban B.
And he's from Miami.
Ah, yes, Cuban B.
I mean,
the cameraman in the background. What did he just say?
The camera guy.
Did he just say he's going to drag these naked kids to the deep end?
The camera guy's amazing. He's like, what the fuck is this?
The fuck? He's like, why is Fernando Mendoza giving the camera retard sexy eyes right now?
The camera guy looks like a
The camera guy looks like how an autistic person looks at a fucking train as it goes by.
He also looks like William H. Macy a little. He's got a little William H. Macy vibe.
He also looks like Beavis, both Beavis and Butthead somehow.
Dude, I saw this.
Oh, yeah.
So I woke up.
I am the great Fernando Mendoza.
I woke up Sunday. Same thing. I didn't see any of this. I woke up Sunday. It was like early in the morning, whatever. Baby's up, Same shit. And it was one of those, dude, you're going to love this. You know how I said, like, I just can't play videos, right? Whatever the caption was on my Twitter, I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like it was so ridiculous about him. But I was like, I have to watch this. But she was already, whatever. I was just giving her a bottle. And I instantly was like, this is the most insane thing I've ever heard. And you put it perfectly. Cousins 2.0. But he's like Cousins on steroids. I mean, okay. You know how
I am the great Mendoza. I need AP poll for my bunghole.
You know, in Superman 3, there's a bad Superman.
Yeah,
he's like the bad Cousins. Does that make sense? Like he's like the bad
evil Cousins, but but evil Cousins is just even more dork churchy.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to get at. He's just like evil,
because we all know that actually is true evil. Like the more churchy and flippant you get, the more evil you actually are.
100%. This guy goes to a mega church.
100%.
100%.
He's 100%. He's already got a mega church that he started with his NIL money.
Oh, and his you nailed it. Hold on. I'm on his Wikipedia. So his brother's the backup. He is outspoken. Well, he's actually Catholic, so I guess you can call that a mega church. He's outspoken about his Catholic faith and incorporates daily mass in his game routine, as well as coordinating team Bible studies during his time at Indiana. Oh man.
I'd rather my quarterback was in a throuple with 3 Instagram models. I'd rather my starting quarterback have 6 models that he dates Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and plays football on Sunday than this guy. Oh, you guys are hating on him. He's winning. He's the number 1 team. It's fake. Retards. You guys are morons. You fucking.
You know what's funny about all the fake stuff? They always say the NFL scripted. That's like the silver lining on all this.
It's hilarious.
Oh, it's unbelievable. All right, we got to wrap this up. Do you want to talk? I'm gonna put the one thing we talked about. We'll put the Matt Barnes thing. That's not. I'd rather talk about the Jeff Kent and the Barnes.
Yeah,
is that cool?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll just tease. Matt Barnes was basically catfished into an AI model, giving her money. But we'll talk about that next episode. So Jeff Kent makes the Hall of Fame. Which, by the way, if you look at the numbers, I don't hate that Jeff Kent makes the Hall of Fame.
No, Jeff Kent. The only reason Jeff Kent was not in the Hall of Fame prior to this is everybody just assumed he took steroids.
Is that true?
Yeah.
So he's in, and Bonds and Clemens are basically they're fucked, for lack of a better term.
Is this Bonds and Clemens are they off the ballot now?
So let me pull it up. Sorry. Okay. So Kent was named on 14 of the 16 ballots. This is for the
Major League Baseball has 16 ballots?
No, so this is the results of the contemporary baseball era.
Got it. Okay, got it.
I'll be honest, I get very confused on all this stuff.
I hate to say it, but it's fake in the exact same way college football is. Why do we give a fuck what any writers care about? You guys you've never held a baseball. You don't even know what it feels like in your hands.
Yeah, so he got 14 of the 16. But I guess there's new guidelines in the whatever the new process is. Bonds and Clemens. Okay. I guess this is pushed to 2031. And then if it doesn't work out then it's pushed even more. I'm just perusing through this. basically, yeah, like they're kind of at their tail end.
Right.
And obviously the irony is here, Jeff Kent played with Barry Bonds a bunch of his years and probably he played, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He played 6 years with Bonds. Now Kent had a very long career.
Yeah.
And a great career, as a second baseman. But like the point is, Bonds protected him in the lineup. So we're letting in one guy and we're not letting in the others. It's just, we talk about, like you just said, we talk about everything being fake. It's so sad, guys. It's just so sad, the Barry Bonds situation. They all took it. But some guys get in and some guys don't. But Barry was a dick. Or Clemens was a dick.
I don't know Jeff Kent was a dick.
Oh, yeah. He's a known asshole.
Known asshole. Known asshole whose MVP season came when he was 32. And he had, even post that, going into his late 30s, he's still hitting a ton of home runs. Like you do when you get in your late 30s, your late career power surge.
Yeah. It's a good point. I didn't think about all that. But I mean, Joe, to me,
Jeff Kent never was named in the Mitchell report, never failed a PED test. Neither did Barry Bonds. David Ortiz did. It's like there's no rhyme or reason for any of this bullshit.
Oh, but he's fun and he's jovial.
Puppy. Hey, he's puppy.
Yeah, he's puppy and he's on TV and everybody loves him.
But also Jeff Kent's a dick. So here's what I'll say. The Jeff Kent thing feels targeted to me. Feels like Jeff Kent's in to piss off Barry Bonds. Oh, we actually don't care that you were a dick, and we don't care that you're on steroids. We specifically hate you. Because you could be on steroids and be a dick. We'll still let you in. You were just an extra dick. You were Roger Clemens, Kurt Schilling level dick. So we're not putting you guys in.
It's just such a black eye on or a black cloud, I should say, hanging over a sport that you just don't see this in other sports. Like Barry Bonds, arguably the greatest player ever, and he's not even sniffing the Hall of Fame.
Who only took steroids because other guys took steroids because the league promoted steroids, essentially because the league had a work stoppage because they insisted on having all the monies. And then after a work stoppage, they were like, listen, we know all these guys are on steroids, but it's good for the attendance, good for baseball. So let's let them do it. Then when the best player started doing it, because he was like, well, if that guy's going to hit 60, I'll hit 100. And then he did. So like, don't forget, this is all self-inflicted wounds.
That's what I'm saying.
It's all self-inflicted wounds of baseball never to this day being able to manage itself well.
They need a reckoning. They really do, of just coming clean. And until they do, in my opinion, you'll never achieve where you could possibly achieve as a sport. I just don't think you do. It's just such a black eye. Like you said, everyone knew. I was a high school kid. Everyone knew. You wanted to go down to Old Riverfront Stadium because obviously the Reds and the Cubs are in the same division, and same with McGuire and the Cardinals. You wanted to see them. You're like, oh, I'm gonna go down and see a juiced up Sammy Sosa, juiced up Mark McGuire so many times a year. I want to see him jack one up into the red seats in the upper deck.
I've talked about it 50 times on the show, and I'll do my preamble about Gay Phil before I get to it. But there was a time when I was in New York City. My friend Pete always reminds me of this. Pete Einerson reminds me of this all the time. We were having a conversation with a friend of mine who said, Todd Zeile is gay. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, my buddy Gay Phil knows Todd Zeal intimately. Todd Zeal is gay. And I was like, that sounds like a rumor. And he goes, listen, Gay Phil, not a baseball fan. He didn't just pick a random guy named Todd Zeal. I'm trusting we're at the source. I go back to this all the time. I still cared who won WWF. I was like, it's Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior this year. How's this going to go down? This is 8-year-old, 9-year-old Joe Prano really believed in fucking Santa Claus. Although I didn't believe in Santa Claus because John ruined that for me at a much younger age as well. My brother John could not tell you today, the name of the baseball team that plays in Arizona. Be like, what's the name of the Arizona professional baseball team? He'd be like, I don't know. He could not tell you he could not tell you anything about anything. But when I was 9 years old, I was obsessed with the Bash Brothers. They're hitting all the home runs. Canseco, McGuire, they come in, they bash each other's things. They're fucking all Sports Illustrated, flexing. I had a poster with them, that huge bats that they could barely hold. He's like, you know they're on steroids, right? I was like, what? He's like, they take drugs to be big. Just like, by the way, all those wrestlers that you love. You think a fucking Ultimate Warrior is like, looks like it? He's on steroids. Also, your favorite baseball guys, they're on steroids. And I'm like, what do you non-sports fan troll brother steps away from Star Trek The Next Generation to ruin my day by telling me my heroes are all cheating. In 1989, Bud Selig knew the whole time. Bud Selig knew in 1989. Bud Selig knew in 1995. Bud Selig knew in 1999. Everyone knew the whole time. And now they're acting like the people who did the thing that they knew they were doing did something wrong. Not only doing it, promoting doing it. Because now you're hoisting up the guys who are achieving by doing it.
It's gross. It really is.
Gay Phil doesn't watch baseball.
Yeah, man. It's like I said, it's just a shame. It's a shame that it's gotten this, and it's like tough for you to, again, I think it's tough. I'm one of those people. It's like tough. How can I fully get vested in something when?
Well, here's something to remember. Okay. If you're going to have a beef with baseball, have a beef with baseball because it's not a level playing field because of the salary cap situation.
Well, that's
because the Hall of Fame is a museum.
For sure.
So who gives a shit?
No, I know what you're saying about it being a museum, but look, you want to honor the greats. I don't care the sport. I don't care whatever it is.
But Barry Bonds stuff is there. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. It's the same way. I don't know. You want to honor the greats at no matter their profession. They should have a place where they can be respected and people can pay homage to them. It just sucks. And I guess you're right. I guess they can because they have memorabilia there. It's just a joke. It sucks. There's no.
I mean, I think we should start the Capers Tain Museum. CAIPPAIRSTAIWN. Take out all the vowels, replace them with AI. Capers Tain. And we'll just let AI, without bias, look at Major League Baseball stats, and we'll put all the people who, without bias, deserve the Hall of Fame into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
They're like, well, he was a racist who murdered people. And AI is like, that doesn't have anything to do with baseball.
Yeah.
So Ty Cobb, still in. Babe Ruth was the only black guy playing when black guys weren't allowed to play. Hearsay. Babe Ruth still in.
Yeah. I like it. All right. Well, we've covered a lot. Feel free to drop a call, 859-832-0478. That's the hotline.
That's right. Follow me, joeprano.com, at Joe Prano on all social media. Come see a show. Irvine Improv, January 21st. Brea Improv, December 11th, this Thursday with Jay Moore. Also, check out the Jay Moore podcast. We had a great episode last week with Michael McKean of Spinal Tap and many other things fame. We got Pauly Shore, the Weasel, tomorrow.
Where's he living these days?
I don't know. I wasn't there for that episode, but I believe he said I watched it just off Sunset. So
I thought he moved to Vegas. I didn't know if.
Nah. A lot of these guys, some of these guys, at least, they say they're going to move. They don't end up going.
I think he did during COVID. Maybe he's back. He was a guest on Dirty Pop with Lance Bass too.
There you go.
Yeah, back in the day. All right, guys, that's the show. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. See you guys on Friday. Have a great week. And as always, stay dirty.